Good afternoon. It is May 11, 2024, and it's a Saturday. Here in Sherbrooke, it is sunny, partly cloudy, and it is 16 degrees Celsius, 61 degrees Fahrenheit currently. Um, Took a lot of time and energy to get to this point. I don't feel good today, but I'm here. I am alive. I exist. Um, where to begin? So, I'll begin yesterday. I recorded myself speaking for quite some time, as I have done several times in the past, but I'm not sure if I'm going to share those recordings. Let me know if you are interested in hearing me talk while walking. I may have mentioned this before, but I had an entire podcast, 8 months worth of recordings of me every single time I would walk alone. The goal was for me to do that for 1 year. So from the day of my 33rd birthday until the eve of my 34th birthday. But what ended up happening is it ended up actually just documenting my entire life falling apart. And so I stopped eventually because, my entire life fell apart. Not because of that, but I think I definitely, after a certain point, it wasn't good for my mental health, what was left of it. And then, so I haven't released those. And anyway, the concept was for me to release it on the anniversary of the day of its recording the previous year. So, for example, I would release the May 11, 2023 recording today. But of course, it didn't happen. One of the reasons was that, so I was using this little Zoom H1N recorder, and it turns out that when you take the batteries out, the date resets, and I didn't figure that out. And so a lot of these recordings have the wrong date, and I wasn't saying the date, and so it would require a ton of time and effort to comb through all of those recordings to figure out when they were recorded. And then also, the prospect of doing that seemed far too psychologically painful to go back and just re-listen to my life falling apart. But the irony is that now I'm doing sort of the same thing. It seems to be a theme. My life is falling apart again. Or at least very close to it. But now I am sharing it every day, which feels strange. So, yesterday, first off, start off by saying that the sun rose at 5:21 a.m. this morning and will set at 8:07 p.m. That is 14 hours and 46 minutes, and if I'm not mistaken, that is more sunlight than yesterday. 2 minutes more, I believe. I should probably just keep a note of it. Anyway, I went out because I wanted to print out. Anyway, so let me know if you'd be interested. I have to figure out how to share some of these recordings, but it's just me talking for a long time while I walk. It seems like a pretty niche thing. I know probably somebody would find it interesting. I just, and I guess, I should probably just do it. I should not put the burden on other people to tell me it requires very little effort on my end. Anyway, I went out because I wanted to print out the starter decks for Netrunner. And I decided I was going to go to the Bureau en Gros to do it, because if I did it in black and white, it would not be very expensive. And it was a new experience, and I wanted to do that. I've been trying to do experiences that I find, you know what, it doesn't, I don't want to talk about this whole thing since I did record myself talking about this whole thing. Anyway, I got there, it didn't work, and I ended up having to buy this prepaid card. So then I decided I was going to go and print them out at my mother's place because my mother had said that I could, but I also just thought it would be like, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But then I went to the mall because I wanted to wash my hands since I had touched the screen for the printing service and there wasn't any hand sanitizer, and I am a germaphobe. And so I go into the mall, and there was a blood drive. So I gave some blood. I hadn't given blood in quite some time, so it felt good to give blood. I like needles, and I like giving blood. And I am a universal donor for blood, and so they really like my blood. And so it feels good to feel wanted, even if it's only for my blood. So I did that, and this will be relevant. And so then I ended up printing out the cards, but the printer was running out of black ink, so a lot of them looked very ugly. And this might seem silly, but I feel like because they look slightly uglier, it will be more difficult to convince people to play since the cards are less aesthetically nice and a bit harder to read, but whatever. And then, so I left, and my mother was not home. She was hanging out, she was having a beer with a friend. I ended up running into my mother on the way home. And she was waiting for the bus, which was fun. So I chatted with her a bit while she waited for the bus. But then, what I did, despite having... so what the nurse told me, which is just normal advice, was don't do too much cardiovascular exercise and stay hydrated. So I did too much cardiovascular exercise and I did not stay hydrated enough. And then also what I did is I bought alcohol and I drank it, which is so stupid in general given the circumstances of my life, but also given the fact that I had just given away 10% of my blood. The nurse had told me that I had roughly 5 liters of blood in my body, and it took 500 milliliters of blood, just 10% of the blood in my body. Right? I don't know. So today I feel absolutely awful. However, last night I was listening to, so I was cutting up the cards, which I did a surprisingly okay job, given that I was drinking alcohol at the same time, which is, what a stupid thing to do like an arts and crafts project while drinking alcohol. I was listening, oh yeah, Joanna Newsom played a show at a festival in Utah last night, and a kind soul filmed the whole thing and put it up on the internet, and so I downloaded it, and I listened to a part of it, and it was really beautiful. And she only played one new song, which I think is really cool. She played a lot of older stuff. She played In California, which is beautiful. She played Cosmia. She played Sawdust and Diamonds, which I haven't heard yet. Then she played Inflammatory Writ. Let's see what she played, actually. She started with In California, and then she played Sapoconic. Didn't she play Sapoconic? Okay, wait. Oh, there we go. In California, Leaving the City, Sadie, Soft as Chalk, No Wonder, which is a new song that I haven't heard yet. Sapoconic, Cosmia, or I might have heard it and just don't remember it because I was drunk. Sawdust, yeah, Cosmia, Sawdust and Diamonds, and Inflammatory Writ. What a set list! What a performance! Check it out. It was at the Kilby Block Party in Utah. God damn. But I was trying to find songs to talk about today, and I, for some reason, looked up Kanye West's Boiler Room set. So Kanye West, aka Gus Bonito from Caro Caro Bonito, has this amazing Boiler Room set. I mean, any of the DJ Kane West uh, sets are amazing. This one, because it's a Boiler Room set, you have all like the people who want to be seen on camera dancing and being cool, trying to dance along to this ridiculous, ridiculous music. Some of it very good music, but there's just one where it's just like speeding up and slowing down. There's especially this one woman who's there the whole time, who I think just desperately wants to look cool, but she has no idea what the fuck is going on. It's very, very funny. But then I was looking up a song because he played the song "Lip Slap" by Caro Caro Bonito, and it's so good. And so then I listened to the album that it's on, which is called Generation. It's Generation, not Generations. Bonito Generation is the song. The album. And it's so good. I really liked Kanye West, and I liked a couple songs by Caro Caro Bonito. One thing I'm looking for, I haven't been able to find. If anybody can point me in the right direction, or I should just maybe search more. I forget what it was, but during the pandemic, I was listening to a stream, some sort of like stream of DJ sets. I don't remember what it was. I keep thinking maybe there was like some Autechre stuff being streamed. I don't remember this, and this was at some point during the pandemic, between 2020 and 2022. By the way, if you didn't remember when the pandemic was, but after the artist that I wanted to listen to was done with their set, maybe it was Venetian Snares, I don't know, this Caro Caro Bonito DJ set started, and it was just a bunch of jungle remixes of Caro Caro Bonito songs, and it was really sick, and I was like, whoa, this band is really fucking cool, this sounds great, but then I didn't know that it was just jungle remixes of their existing songs, or maybe, I don't know. Then I listened to the like actual album and EP tracks of a couple of their songs, and I wasn't into it. But I was like, I really like their style, and they did put out this live set, again, pandemic live set, that has Gus Bonito pretending to play these like shitty like Yamaha drum pads, and there's just like one point where they they take away, so yeah, they're like all like not playing, physically together, and there's a point where they just like take away the actual like recorded, like pre-recorded sounds. It's just like the sounds of anyway, of them like with no mixing or process. It's very funny. And there's also a point where like for a while Sarah Bonito is singing, but they mute her vocals and just have Gus Bonito pointing to some device. It's very strange. It's very funny. But the song that I'm thinking of today, I finally got into it, is Try Me by Caro Caro Bonito. I love this song, and it exemplifies why this album is so great. A lot of their songs become more ornate over time. Still fun, playful pop music, but this is just distilled in its essence. It's so simple, it's so catchy, it's silly and cute, and which is stuff that I didn't connect with before, but I'm not feeling it today. I feel awful physically. I wanted just to go back to bed. But what inspired me was I wanted to talk about this song. I've been listening to it a lot since yesterday. It's just really fun, and cute and silly and positive, and I am using it as an inspiration today. I mean, the lyrics, which are, I guess, like maybe 30% of them are in Japanese. It's one thing too about this. It's very like K-pop, not sorry, J-pop, the original K-pop. Yeah, I'm trying to think like, is that joke like not okay? I mean, I know they're two different styles of, of music from two different countries. Anyway, let's look up the lyrics. Like, I mean, what's really inspiring me, especially, is the bridge. But sometimes, if I think too hard, I forget that I'm a superstar. I don't feel like a superstar, but I know I have the capacity to do better than I'm doing right now. And like, the chorus should try me, because I bet I got what you really need. I'm quick to learn and I can work with people in a team. Try me, try me. Did you know I can do anything? Just witness this impressive list of my activities. Business, dancing, throwing a party with you. It's just great. I love it. Lip smack. No, lips. I keep saying this lip smack. Lip slap is fantastic as well. The first song about waking up is great. The whole album is great, and it's just like it is. The arrangements are minimalistic. Some of it, I mean, it's obviously heavily influenced by video game music, as is everything with Gus Benito. And yeah, my brain is total applesauce. My body, I feel awful. I feel so bad. I did exactly what the nurse told me not to do. And speaking of dancing, my friend Sam has an update. So Sam's got a bad knee, and he can very quickly tell if the weather is going to turn by how much his knee hurts. And today he told me that his knee is feeling great and that he feels like dancing. So I think this good weather is going to continue. Speaking of the weather, later today, it's going to stay sunny, partly cloudy. It's going to go from, let me just, it says intermittent clouds and partly sunny. So, it's going to just keep going down as the temperature is wont to do. I'm just wondering what to zero in on here. I mean, I guess I'll just say that it's going to leave us off at at 8, after 11 o'clock, which is the end of the day. It's going to be 8 degrees Celsius, 47 degrees Fahrenheit. There's a nice 0% chance of rain, as Sam's knee could have told us. I'm going to go get a haircut next week. A friend who's actually just sent me a video today of her looking at my weather report, and she's like, "You need a fucking haircut." Which is true. I do need a haircut. I'm also trying to schedule a learning session for Netrunner with this kind person from Reddit who's offering a free online Netrunner beginner sessions. I've been talking for 20 minutes. I need to leave and go out into the world. I am having a really difficult time. I am struggling, but I'm going to keep trying. And sometimes when I think too hard, I forget that I'm a superstar. Try me. I'm going to go out into these beautiful blue skies and this golden sunshine all along the way. Everyone have... That was a little intense. A great day.